Good morning, good day, and good light, illuminators and way showers. This is Wendy again with Languages of Lights. And today I'm here with the delightful and beautiful Lana and Emily, my new sisters. We just met. We're at the Beyond Belief retreat here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And we were just having our coffee this morning. It's still pretty early. I'm not even sure what time it is. And we're having our coffee this morning talking about galactic light languages. And I just...
He found his friends.
Yeah, talking
Look
with
at
us
that.
in the morning, yes, yeah.
He was floating around here like, where are you?
Well, apparently one of our geese friends has found his companion.
Just like we found each other.
Just like we
here.
found. Okay. Oh, that was really good.
We
So,
found our gaggle of geese.
so it's interesting how when you meet somebody, and we're all galactic families. We're all have families everywhere and in every part, all parts of the galaxy. Galaxies, I should say. Multiverse. So when you meet a stranger that you know is just, I don't know, what do you call that family you don't know yet or something, and it's like this. When these people walked in the door, it was like I knew, I know you. And it's an emotional it's an emotional response, not a mental response. It's something you know in your heart, you feel it, and yes, right in here. It's like my sister, I'm so happy to see you again. It's been so long. It's more like that. It's not like, oh, how pleased I am to meet you. It's how my heart has found your heart again. Like, I know you and I get to see you again, and it's been such a long time. That's how it feels. And
You're repeating song lyrics from one of my favorite songs by Tool.
Oh, you're kidding. My son's favorite group is Tool.
Yes. But he's like, where have you been? I've been missing you. It's been so long. And you were just saying.
And I don't even, I swear you guys, I
do it.
don't even know the song. I don't listen. Sorry, Tool. I don't know your song.
They are super conscious.
But they are.
Amazing.
That's, yes. And my son's just like, Mom, I love Tool, So yeah, we'll see then. Maybe I just need to listen to a little more Tool. This is how that works too.
Yeah.
Now, at some point, I'm going to get this idea one day when all this is over in a couple days, I'm going to go, oh yeah, let me go listen to a Tool song.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is all this is going to be over, and I'm going to go listen to the Tool song, and I'm going to be right back here in this chair, feeling this feeling, recreating that frequency that we've just created now.
And I'm going to feel it.
Exactly, and now
feel it.
you're going to feel it because now
In the moment.
we are never the same again. Never will any of us be the same because we just had this conversation in the last 30 seconds about a group called Tool. Because now when I go listen to it now, not only am I going to recreate it, there's also now I'm being told a message in those lyrics I need to hear.
Yes.
So do you see how this works? This is what synchronicity is, you guys. This is harmony. That's what this is about.
Goosebumps.
Yes, goosebumps. And Lana, oh my God, I can't even describe to you what's been going on here, but it's this same thing, but even like more. It's different. It's the emotion. It's like when you look at somebody you've never met before and you just want to cry and you have no clue why. Or I can imagine it'd be like if somebody were adopted maybe, and how it would maybe feel to reunite with them perhaps.
Right.
That feeling of longing, like I
that's where
belong.
it is.
Yes. Like I know I belong somewhere else, or in addition, with someone. And
It's like longing for something.
yes,
that
and you don't even know what you're longing
And
for.
then you
I feel
forget
it
about
all
this.
the
Yes.
time.
But then you see that, what you're longing for, and it clicks.
Yeah.
And
you're
it
like,
just
okay, now I
happens.
remember. Yeah.
And I think that that's really what we experience as humans, what we call love at first sight. And it doesn't even have to be with your mate. What would be a mate or a partner? It could be what turns out to be the best friend you ever had, because you know it's like your other fractal. And then we get into all of that multidimensionality about the fractals and how we each are fractals of each other and mirrors of each other, and it gets extremely deep and complicated, and that's not what this was about this morning. That's a whole nother well of subject. But it was really, first of all, this started out was I was just going to do a galactic language.
That was the message.
But that's how this
need
happens.
to know this.
Yes, that's how this happens.
And trust that feeling, because when you have that feeling, you see somebody, or you feel somebody, or you share a smile on the subway.
Yes, eye contact.
And when you just both have, and like, we've been conditioned. Society has conditioned us to not interact with people like that. We have these walls, we have these barriers, and we need to move past these barriers. And if you feel like you need, like yesterday, I wanted to tickle Mark's foot when he was laying down, and I didn't. I held myself back because I was like, I just walked in an hour ago. Why am I going to tickle some stranger's foot?
That's how I feel.
But yet
I just wanna, sometimes I'm just sitting, and I just want to.
And you just want to touch someone.
And I'm like, why would I do that?
Right.
But I have like, I just
That's
want
true,
to give, this feeling of like you recognize each other and you can't help but you want to share share that.
And you just want to connect, and we've been taught so long to don't touch people, don't look people in the eye, don't smile at somebody because they might think you're anything but ordinary.
Or with women, because I a lot of the time our women, our femininity, we are so overbearing, we aren't overbearing, we are getting pushed down with the male energy, like the guy on the street telling you, hey baby, why don't you smile?
Yes.
Hey baby. And
so
we put up our
that's
defenses.
a good point.
Yes,
We've
exactly.
suppressed our feminine.
And we don't look at people, we don't talk
we don't
to
contact.
people.
It's a
And
protection.
And how many times in your day when you actually make
afraid.
an eye contact, even if it's the cashier at the grocery store or
Yeah.
whatever, the gas station, when you make that eye contact, you are telling that person in this brief moment, you are the most important thing in this world to me right now.
Yeah.
This experience is the most important thing to me. That, if everybody did that with everything they did every single day with every person they met,
there would be no war. We could just change it. Like, we could change this whole thing.
and go, I honor your belief and I honor your belief and you honor my belief and we all, but for some reason the need to pull somebody into our reasoning and our beliefs when that's never going to happen, because our perspective, sorry guys on the camera, our perspective is only always good. This is a drawing Emily just made for me. And there's little star, it's a star map, I think, and there's but the idea is this is the perspective, you only get one perspective of the sky you see above you. And this is her perspective, this is her perspective of where her and I are in the universe, but it's too hard to put on paper. you can't do that, So, but, we're the whole point about the contact thing, and like you said about tickling somebody's foot or wanting to touch somebody, but yet I really made a point myself in intention this weekend. Well, I do pretty much all the time, but this weekend it was like making sure that everyone knew that when they came into my space, I knew, and I was honoring and acknowledging the fact that there was that it was perfect, that we needed to be, that we needed to meet, that we needed, and it was and so I wanted everyone here to feel like, I don't want you to feel like you can't do that right away. And so when you walk in to a stranger's home, how do you feel by how you are received?
Yeah.
And when a person walks up to you into their home and has never met you and greets you with the biggest smile, the biggest hug, as if you're a family who's just been on a long trip, oh my God, hug you, I love you,
we're back together.
We're back together again. Immediately you are at ease, you are at home, and your heart space just boom, boom. All of a sudden you are in this immediate frequency of unconditional love. That it doesn't matter who you are or what you've done or who you've been, you are You are only now, and you are only now here in this now, and nothing else matters. Nothing else matters but now. This now. So when we're sitting here having coffee and I say to myself, how would these people feel about wanting to have a galactic language blessing? And then it turns into, we haven't even spoken anything galactic yet.
And in 10 minutes in, we're still
going. So
because we need to.
Because had I not said anything, because I thought maybe it might be uncomfortable, this interaction with me and them and you would never have happened. And now the universe itself has expanded because we've added something new to it. This is creation. This is actual creation happening.
Yes.
This is what creation is. People think creation is making something, but this is making something. So this is something that didn't exist before. It's something that didn't exist on YouTube. It's something that didn't exist between us before, but now it does. And now we are never the same again. Ever. You will always carry this experience with us. So.
And now you guys are having
and now
this experience
you guys
with
get
us.
to experience it, and then you get to share it with someone else. And if so inclined, you are then, somebody's going to ask you one day, how did you get that? How did you hear that? How did you understand that? And you're going to tell this story today. So that's how that works. And so don't deny the connections. Look at each other, say hello, embrace one another. And I was just given a story, but they're telling me that's too long of a story. And it's for another day. So I'm going to leave it for another day. But it's just one of those synchronistic stories where if you had somebody not just said something, the connection would have never been made.
Yeah.
And it was such a profound story. It was kind of like when you move next door to somebody, you've lived there 20 years, and you find out they are your long lost daughter. That's sort of it's kind of like that kind of a story. So anyway, it's sort of like that. But. So with that said, what
what I want to say is like empower yourself, because once you start tickling these feet, once you start doing those things, all your blockages will start melting, and then you're going to attract the people that you can feel comfortable doing it.
Oh, such a good
And
point.
those people that won't be in that.
Synchronistic today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they do call me the queen of synchronicity.
But those people won't be in alignment with you, so
Exactly.
the people that you can't do that with won't be
won't
around
you anymore. They won't even be in your experience.
And
yes.
then when that starts happening, eventually, if we could all do this, the whole world will be like
exactly.
So we need to spread.
Yes.
Spread.
Yes. So do it, even just once a day. Like you were saying, even just brushing your teeth with the intention.
Right. Brush your teeth with the intention not of. Don't be think about, okay, I'm going to brush my teeth with the intention that in 6 months from now, my dentist appointment's going to be stellar.
Yeah. But.
And it works. It works. Hi.
My physical
we're
3D
filming.
real mother just came out. And then she's bye.
Hi, Mom.
Bye.
So, yeah, that's another great story. Yeah, so that just brings me to another thing, that there will be follow-up stories on a personal level with us together. They're just giving me this, that it doesn't matter where we are in the world because of technology anymore, that now when we go to our separate places, what we call separate places, when we leave this engagement this weekend, we still though can connect online. And now I'm hearing now that we are going to have future hangouts on my channel, your channel. I can have, we can be together in hangouts anywhere.
I dare you guys to come into my dreams.
Yes.
Come visit me.
I love that. I dare you to come into my dreams. I love it.
I dare you. It's
I
not
dare
just
you.
an invitation. It's like, no, I'm inviting you.
I'm inviting you.
I want you to come there.
That's so awesome.
But bring it with love and peace.
Bring it with love and peace. And do you have Do you have Google, Facebook, YouTube information that
A
you want to
million.
share with the world right now?
Well,
And make sure you send me your links, and I'll put them in the
Yeah,
description of the
yeah.
video. So we'll do that.
a spiral resource.
A spiral
Just-
resource.
That's it.
Oh,
Me and Katie.
nice. I like it. A spiral resource.
Spiral.
And you want it?
I don't have any.
That's okay. Just
No.
wondering. Just want to make
Yeah.
sure I'm
Thank
not
you.
missing anybody. This has been really the beyond belief, and I don't know how or when Will was inspired to name this retreat, but we have done nothing but all weekend go, oh, Will, what a perfect title. Because it truly is everything we've been experiencing is beyond belief, but yet, isn't it like more like it is, but yet it's like, oh yeah, I already knew that. Oh, yeah,
It's
but I
kind of
already,
like a reminder.
yeah, I already knew
Yes.
her. You know, I already know you. I already knew.
Before I came,
Before
I
I
didn't
came.
believe. I didn't believe. I had a lot of stuff and things, but like channeling kind of was like, oh, I've seen that, but I don't know, you know,
Really?
I don't resonate
I mean,
with it.
seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And then
I'm so
now-
excited you brought this up.
And now it's a good segue for it because now
I
I'm
didn't-
gonna feel it and I'm going to grow immensely into belief and beyond
Interesting.
and beyond
And
infinity
beyond.
and beyond.
Well, because when it's around you, it is so real, and you see
Yeah.
it, and you hear the the toning, or well, when people
So
are
powerful
channeling,
to be
like,
in a room.
yes, it is different.
Even for me, I have to say, having known Jim and watched these Saturday webinars and
Shoo.
been in Human Colony since pretty much the beginning, but yet this is the first time I've ever sat in the room with Jim when he's channeling. Oh,
You
It's-
feel it.
it's not that you don't feel it through this, because you do. Don't get me wrong, you do, because we do, or we wouldn't
Yeah.
be here. But to be in the room with them, and it is different. It changes the level of understanding that you realize this isn't metaphysics, and I say this a lot. Metaphysics is nothing more than beyond physics. Just because we don't understand it doesn't make it not real, true, apparent.
Yeah.
Just like you can't taste, touch, feel, smell electricity, you know it exists. The power is undeniable. It's undeniable. And yet somehow we've been able to take this tasteless
Yeah.
entity and be able to harness it and distribute it.
Like how many?
That's all channeling is.
How many years ago did we didn't know about germs
Exactly.
or cellular things, and then we created
And then all
the
of a sudden
technology.
and then what micro
Yeah, now we can all see those tangibly.
hand sanitizers
in the
and
3D
you know.
realm. Yeah. And now, so I think our technology hasn't caught up because we aren't awoke. We aren't awake yet. That we need to wake up more people, and then those things will start happening to everybody.
Exactly.
Ah.
And that's I'm glad you said that it starts happening to everybody, because let me ask you this then too, from an outside perspective, with the way you just described coming into this, do you feel now that you agree that you two and you and everyone on this planet is capable of that?
Oh yes.
Now you know.
Oh yeah.
It's not like you're sitting in awe of this person who can do something, oh my God, that I can't do. No. It's the opposite. We're empowering each other to realize you are all capable of that.
Yeah.
And we sit in awe, but it's not an awe. It's a, oh, I remember this frequency and I want to feel it again. It's, oh my gosh, I remember. I know how to do this. Let me wake that up inside of me. Let me remember. Help me remember all that I am. Help me remember all the things I can do. Help me remember that the abilities that I have are manifested in joy. When you feel joy, that's your ability coming alive, going, hi, I'm here.
It's all in our DNA. It's
Yes.
all in you at a cellular level. You just don't know how to make it manifest.
Yes.
And that's why we do
And that's why I do this,
manifestations
yeah.
to work
being around
on
somebody who
reality.
does that, it kind of wakes your frequency up, you know.
It
kind
does.
of-
It
it's
like-
just like
like a-
jumpstart,
Hey,
wake
Like
up, you know?
it's.
And
I always said
it
it
starts
sounds
to-
like
yes,
whispering
it's
too,
like-
and like it's somebody like whispering in
Tickling,
your ear,
like-
like, wake up,
Yeah.
wake up. It's time to get up. But it is. It almost does feel tingly, doesn't it?
Yes, it's like
It's almost like,
vibrating,
yeah, it's
yes.
almost like when you get a realization and it gets all tingly, Like they call that the aha moment when you go,
Uh-huh.
that feeling that you get when you realize something you never realized before that was so obvious, that has eluded you for so long, and you go, it was so obvious. It was right there in front of me. Well, it was because it's always been a part of you. You don't need courage. You already have it. You just have to remind yourself it's already there. You're not going to look for something you don't already possess. You all already have it. As far as I'm concerned, I think most of the globe will agree that the Wizard of Oz is a metaphor for that. You already have the heart. You already have the courage. You already have the brains. You had it all along. She had the means to go home all along.
Right on her feet.
But we chose to stay here for the experience. And remember that we had the power. We came here to forget so we could have the thrilling
Visceral.
tingle of remembering.
Visceral
And
experience.
here's our beautiful Kim. We're filming, so you might want to stay on that side. It's okay. So, welcome our beautiful Kim Louise, speaking of channeling. But she's just having her morning coffee, so we're just going to let her go.
Yeah.
But, and there's another thing, as soon as someone else, like at a party, and I know, or anywhere, really, anywhere, and I'm sure we've all experienced when someone new walks into the room, the energy completely changes. Completely. For a variety of reasons, and we don't even need to analyze the whys and the whats, but the fact is it does.
Yeah.
We are all just energy. I walked downstairs this morning, Will's in the kitchen, and it was about, I don't know, just not long, maybe not even 10 seconds, but all of a sudden he turned around and he says, I knew you were there before you were even there.
Yeah.
Don't we all, sort of?
Yes.
No, when someone's in the room.
We need to be more open to
Yes.
ourselves. Our
That's all
experiences
intuition is.
and trust
If you can
ourselves.
start trusting that kind of thing, then you're opening your channel. That's all it is. It's
Don't
no
be
different.
scared of it.
Don't be exactly.
Yes, we need to
And
start trusting.
I love Bashar for that, because why would you be afraid to find out more about you?
Right.
We cannot wait to find out more about each other, but yet to sit in a room all by yourself for an hour, we are so freaked out about trying to find out about ourselves. How messed up is that?
Yeah.
How messed up is that we are so freaked out that we're so afraid to look at ourselves, but we will use each other as an excuse or a mirror to say, oh, but I want to know more about you because you're a mirror,
Yeah.
Which is okay. It's necessary.
Because there's we had so many conversations yesterday where you were like blah blah blah, and I was like, me too.
Me too. Me
That's my
too.
mirror.
Me too.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. So I think everyone gets, the gist of it all. So, and you don't need to look, all of a sudden I'm getting this, you don't need to look for these kinds of retreats. Create your own.
Yeah.
Meetups. Meetups is global now, people. If you don't know what meetups is by now, look it up. Because if you don't have a group of like-minded people in your area, put a meetup out there. Find a place where you feel comfortable meeting people. If you don't want them in your home, whatever. That's,
Coffee shop.
Right. I want to do a meetup at a coffee shop, and I want to talk about, I don't know, just make whatever.
Intentions.
Doesn't matter.
Just make up whatever it is your highest joy is. Put it out there. Even if one person shows, well, that's the person that needed it. And before you know it, every single person, I don't care who you are, what channeler, Daryl Anka started Esther with one person in the room, and then 2, and then 5, and then 10, and then 50, and so on. It starts with you. If it doesn't already exist,
Make it.
make it.
Creality.
Creality. Make it your creality and create your reality.
Yes.
Don't wait for permission. We're giving you permission to go do that. So whatever your joy is it mechanics, is it air conditioning, is it metaphysics, is it yoga, is it whatever. You got a cigar club. You know what I mean? If that's who you are, embrace who you are. Because there's a bunch of other people going out there going, oh my God, I gotta smoke my cigars all by myself.
Yeah.
Come on, people. Get together and be your joy, do your joy, live your joy, and love what you're doing. Love your joy, love what you're living, because it's who you are. And the next thing you know, it's gonna open doors. Did any of us 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago could have ever even begun to imagine this right now?
Actually, she did, because she was saying.
Well, we all do. We all did. I've seen all of this already.
Yeah.
All of it. But in our conscious mind,
do it.
No, never. 2 months ago was so far
think
away
about
from
all the
that.
people in our physical 3D lives that we have been afraid up to this point to let into our world.
Yeah.
Including me. I still have people that we're recording, guys.
Good morning.
Just so you know, we're recording. Good morning, Mark.
I love you all.
See, and
Love
now
you.
our energy is.
And all the energy, yes. See, so we
And
have
not in a
exactly.
bad
We
way,
have
in a good
even new
way.
energy. Yes, so we've got a whole new exactly. So again, that's what it's all about. And if you guys could see what we're looking out at the lake. I mean, it's green and it's getting kind of cloudy but it's so calm and peaceful. And then the geese.
Should be able to flip the camera for a second.
Yeah, I was. We had it the other way. I was like, well, I didn't want to pick it up while I was recording, but.
And this is good lighting. We're getting a good.
Yeah,
lighting
that's true because
use.
it's coming from that way. So, so there's that energy of the green of the grass, the trees that are speaking to us, the flowers that are around this place. The structure that we're under right now, the energy from the water is really extremely
magnificent.
strong. And I was just now reminded of our water blessing yesterday in
Yeah.
the water.
So amazing.
Such a difference it made in the energy. They're showing me, they're kind of giving me this like circle, like they're showing me like, and then they're reminding me about the ripples that we sent out. The ripples, to everybody who's in a boat in this water, anybody who's swimming in this water, anybody who's from here forward, the water is never going to be the same because we were in it.
And the
It's
energy
never
just
gonna
shifted
be-
again.
Okay. Will is our, what do we want to call him? The beyond belief.
Chief manifester.
Yeah, chief man. Okay, I love it.
I don't want to say chief as it. I added the original vibration to this event.
You
Let's put it that way.
planted the seed.
He dipped the finger.
You were
in
the
lake
gardener.
And went like this.
Oh, I
and
was a
it
gardener
did.
too.
He was the
definitely.
gardener. He planted the seed for the event.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Ooh,
Put my
my
coffee
this
down.
morning here still.
And there's a little shit. Mark, you okay? There's Mark. Kim's still engaged, and we will leave her be. She's having her morning moment.
When I saw you, Mark, yesterday when I walked in, and I feel like I've met you in this 3D dimension. Like your face is familiar. Your whole everything
I
is
agree.
super familiar, but not in a galactic way, in a really
In a-
way.
in
It
a-
was weird. I was like, how do I know this guy? Like, did I ever meet him? No. Not really.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And I saw you, and as soon as I saw him yesterday, we were sitting on the dock, and he was sitting next to Michelle, and I'm like, oh, dude, you guys are brother and sister. Holy cow. It was like so obvious. So these are the connections that we're talking about, and not denying what you're feeling and sharing what you're feeling. It's both. It's trusting what you're getting, not denying what you're feeling, and also not living the program. Don't live the program of not sharing it. Don't live the program of not sharing eye contact. Don't live the program of not smiling to somebody. You know?
Even if you
It
have
was
to do
so
that.
natural. Fake it till you make it.
No, that was
No.
legitimate.
But fake. That's what came in afterwards. That was. But no, I agree.
Yeah.
Eye contact.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And why
Eye
is it
contact.
so awkward for us to have eye contact with each other? But what's even weirder about this, guys, and this is something I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to be doing this 49-day challenge here pretty soon. I'm going to be putting it together, and it's based on something I learned from Bashar, and it's something they've been pushing me to do, and it has a part of it. The reason I bring it up is part of it's eye contact. We have a jet skier going by, actually a couple of them.
Cute.
And that's part of it, is why is it so hard for us to look in the mirror and give ourselves full eye contact? It's part of it.
Struggle.
How is it that that's so weird? So if you can even begin to become comfortable with giving yourself eye contact in the mirror every day, while you're brushing your teeth, intending that you're going to have the greatest dentist appointment ever in 6 months, that
Yes.
you're looking yourself in the eye and going, you are manifesting this. You are, I love you. I see you who for you. And all of a sudden what you start to see is all your other fractals will start to say hello back to you. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden you're going to look in your own eyes and you're going to start to cry and you're going to go, what the hell was that?
Speaking from experience.
Who did I just see? Who was she? And what was she, and then you start to become more aware of, you're not just this. You're not just this body. And you chose it, by the way, like it or not. You chose this body, so learn to love it.
And you do like it. You just don't think
you just don't
like
think
it.
you like it. Because if you had to trade with somebody, would you? Really? Really? Think about it. Would you? Not really. At the end of the day, would you really trade your body for someone else's? I don't think I would. I used to think that every day.
Used to.
That
was an old belief that you have now released.
And now it's beyond that.
Now
belief.
it's beyond.
Whoa! Buddha!
Oh, 2 in 1 day, girl! Oh my God, guys! This is what I'm talking about. Will, talk about intention. This started out as me going, do you guys mind if I do a galactic blessing? I haven't even spoken a language yet.
Oh, I know. I totally don't. Because they're tapping their feet.
Really? Hey.
Trust me.
We need to talk now. But
No, they don't need to
that's not
talk
true.
now.
They're just
so loving.
They're
It's
just like,
humorous.
this is a language all of its own, guys, because this is the language of light. This is why they wanted to say languages of lights.
Lights.
Because it's for a multitude of reasons, but one of them is because the language of love and the language of light is spoken in a variety of frequencies. One of them is the clothes you pick. One of them is the colors you wear. One of them is
The tattoos you get.
the
Yes.
yeah.